Welcome back. Okay, this is the third lecture of tutorial of Machine Learning Helper, this software. I hope you enjoyed the first two lectures, which is first about code dictionary and second about projects. And I advise you, if you hadn't seen them, you need to see them before you see this third tab, which is called code generator. Okay, code generator here exists at first tab, but I put it at last thing because it's maybe a bigger and need more concentration and need to know everything about it. This code generator actually it's focused exactly at how to make codes from scikit-learn library to any regression, classification, or unsupervised machine learning. Actually, it contains hundreds of lines about scikit-learn library exactly because it is specifically scikit-learn because it's used very regularly at machine learning and deep learning codes here. So when you open here code generator, you will find here 7 sub-tabs. First, load, preparing, regression, classification, unsupervised, model check, and then graph. So first, load and preparation. Load and preparing, those two tabs, you have to pass by them. You have to. Because any data file, you need to open it first, then prepare the data. Then regression, classification, unsupervised, definitely you will pick only one tab of them depend on what kind of operation you need to do. It might be only regression or classification or unsupervised. When you finish your tab here, you move to model check, then graph if you need to use it. So it's like first and second, you have to pass by them, and then from third, fourth, and fifth, you pick one of them, and then last two tabs, it's like optional if you need to use it, or if you don't need, it's okay. Okay, here first you will find what's called open data. Open data here, it's for open files, which is maybe XLS file, which is related to Excel, or CSV file. First, you need to open it here. To open it here, you might click here to use your browser, or you just put a link it here for you from your computer. So let's say we will use here, if you remember here in projects, you find here in regression. Okay, for example, here it's like this file. Let's take this file copy and put it here. And just take this path here from your computer and put it here. Perfect. When you put it here and then click open. When you click open, it will check this folder, but definitely you need to take this file name as well and put it here. Take this whole name and put it here and click open. When you click open, automatically it opens this file here and put all details about it. First, you will find file name, which is case-yahoo.data. Then number of rows, 21,614. And then columns, you will find here several columns, you see it? And then first row, second row, third row, and so on. So automatically this software opens the file and give you all these rows for you. And even this column, if it's not very clear, just click at it. One click, it will give you a message box which contain all these columns, which is features. First thing, we need to focus at the delimiter. The delimiter for it. It's clear the delimiter of it, it's comma. You see this comma? Perfect. So just press comma here. You see it? And if it's something else, press it here or put it here at other. When you press it here, you will find that automatically features here, it's exists here in this list. So you need to here, and it's written it's 21 items. So here you need to first pick the dropped features and select output. That's all. If you don't have any dropped, okay, just select nothing from here as dropped. And you have output, for example, here is output, it's price. So just press price here. So you'll find here, it will be reduced from here, and here it will be price here. And for example, let's say that ID, the ID of house, you see this number, it will make nothing in regression. So just you select, okay, it's dropped. Maybe the zip code, you don't use it anymore. I know it's not important for regression. Let's say that. So just press drop here. Okay, when you're ready, just press apply selection. You will find here at code, it's written import pandas as PD, and here data equal pd.readcsv and the name of file. And then here you will find a code for describe if you need to describe the data. And at the same time, it dropping these two items which you told him about, and then say, okay, X it's data to drop price for everything, and Y it's data for price. And again, if you press copy here and you move to any editor, you will find all code exists here very easily. Is it clear, everybody? I think it's a very useful tool, so you can use any item or any data file and you just write all this code without doing anything. Okay, here is just the beginning of it. And definitely if you have skip rows here, at some data files, you need to skip several rows. For example, you post here 3, so just open, so it will skip specific rows. In the same time, this software, Machine Learning Helper, it contains several saved datasets which exist at scikit-learn. And here, by the way, if you need to remove it, just press delete. And it will remove everything. So you'll find here saved data, for example, iris, or Boston, or breast cancer, or diabetes, or digits, or wine, or make regression, or make classification, all of these related to scikit-learn. So just, for example, press at Boston. So it's ready. Just move copy, go there, press paste. So it will use scikit-learn dataset import load Boston, and then Boston data. It's load Boston, and X, it will be Boston data, and Y Boston data.target. And here you find several lines which include like optional data if you need to show it in your code and so on. And of course, the other like wine here, or diabetes, or breast cancer, and so on. Okay. The second step for you, it's if you need to use data cleaning. And data cleaning, generally, we are afraid about NaN, which is non-available number. So here, let's say you open this file here, and here is none. Okay. Here is the dropped. Here is the selected. Okay, apply selection. So here you wrote the code for opening this file. Let's say you are afraid about making a NaN file, NaN data. So just you can use from scikit-learn, there is a tool called Imputer, which is related to, filling in NaN values, which with mean or median or whatever. So here, is your missing data? Is it numpy.nan? Okay, is it. So select the strategy. Is it mean, median, or most frequent, or constant? Let's say it's mean, and press apply. When you press apply, you will find here it's imported, and here you will find that it imported the object, which is impute module, which is simple imputer, missing data.nan, and a strategy. It is mean, it is exactly as you select here. And then you will find it's x equals something and y equals something. Is it easy? And definitely if you take copy and put it here, you will find all the code ready for you, so you can edit it or use it and so on. Okay, great. How about feature selection? Feature selection, it's something very useful from scikit-learn. Let's say, okay, we bring a breast cancer data, and we don't need data cleaning because it's saved dataset from scikit-learn, so it's already cleaned and got no NaNs. Let's say you need feature selection, select percentile, and if you memorized or if you study scikit-learn properly, you will know everything about select percentile. So if you press it, it will write for you everything you need to use it here. So here, first here, from scikit-learn feature selection, it will import select percentile and chi-square and f-classif. Then here it will import the object here and put the parameters, and even here give you advice that score function can be this f-classif. Okay, and then make fit transform, then make the shape if you need to find and so on. And definitely if it's here for select percentile, it will be the same for generic and variant, or select from model, or select k-best. Of course, it's not right, to use several tools of same feature selection. It's something not right. So you need to select something for like digits, and then select for model and so on. And even at select for model, if you take it, copy here and put it here, select for model, it's the estimator need to have a specific model which is important indeed. So here you will find here as a comment that from scikit-learn.linear model import linear regression, and this model called linear regression. And definitely it's here like example. So if you need to change it, for example, for SVM, not like SVR, not linear regression, so just here from scikit-learn, from SVM, import SVR, and don't forget that it's capital. So this model called SVR, and of course you need to remove these quotations to not make it as a comment. So when you apply and run this code, it will get this model which is here, which is SVR, and so on. Is it easy so far? I hope everything is fine for you. Perfect. This was for the first tab here. How about second tab? Let's get Boston data, and let's not use data cleaning or feature selection. You don't have to use it in all your projects. When you move to preparing, you will find three important things. First, what's called scaling, then trend test split, then k-folds. Actually, you don't have to use scaling, but it's advisable for you to use scaling if you have a variation of data here and here, And here you will find seven types of scaling: standard scalar, minimax scalar, normalizer, max absolute scalar, function transformer, binarizer, and polynomial feature. So here, for example, we'll use polynomial feature. Just press it. Okay, it's applied right now. Take it, copy, put it here. You will find that here at data from scikit-learn pre-processing import polynomial feature, and here it will make polynomial feature, and it will give you like a default number, which is 3. Definitely you can change it before make fit transform to it. So data here, it's applied for it. And of course, you can use any other scaling type here or here. Perfect. How about splitting data? Actually, you can make it trend test split or k-folds. Let's look at trend test split, which is very famous. It's very famous to use trend test split. Here you will find test size, which is 0.33, and here you'll find like a degree for it. So if you need to reduce or increase this amount, just hold it here and move it here, or here you will find this. Let's say, you need 25. So here, 25 for you. Or even you can edit from here, 0.25. That's fine. Okay? And here, random state, if you need to specific random state, or here, do you need shuffle? Okay, split. Perfect. When you split it, automatically it gives it you at here. Here at libraries, from scikit-learn.model selection, import trend test split, and here x train, x test, y train, and y test. It's trend test split, x and y, and test size. It's exactly the number you picked, and random state and shuffle, and here all these data if you need it. Okay, so you find it's very useful for you. And definitely, if you have here data, it's not called x and y. Let's say it's x data and y data. So you need, let's say here, somehow it's called x data and y data. So you need to change it here. So it will be x data and y data. It's easy, but I just mean that it's very useful for you to use this tool right now. And the same as k-folds. For example, you need to use k-folds. Okay, how about how many splits you need? Let's say 5. So just put 5 and press split, copy, put it here. You will find that he make this object of k-folds, number of splits is 5, and even using this for loop, for block, you can just use it to show everything about each type of data. See it here and so. Okay, so here was the first tab, which is load, and second tab, which is preparing. Then we have to move to one of these 3 models, either regression or classification or unsupervised. And as I just told you, you have to move or to pass by load and then preparing, but then here you need to go to regression or classification or unsupervised, depend on what kind of data you are handling right now. So let's say you are taking breast cancer, which is classification, and then you need to make scaling and then split it here. Then you need to move to classification. When you move to classification, you will find all these models ready for you. Here at ensemble module, you will find random forest, gradient posting, voting classifier. At naive Bayes, you will find Gaussian, multinomial, and Bernoulli. At linear model, logistic regression, SGD classifier. At discriminant, you will find LDA, QDA, and other 4 models at classification, SVC, decision tree, KNN, and neural network. It's very easy, just pressing at any bottom from it, you are applying the model. So let's say we'll use Bernoulli naive Bayes. So just press it here. Perfect. Make it copy. You will find at top of folder, you will find that from scikit-learn naive Bayes import Bernoulli, and after he make loading and scaling and splitting, you will find here he wrote everything about Bernoulli naive Bayes. Here is the whole object with the whole data, but here it's as a comment. Then Bernoulli naive Bayes model. It's Bernoulli naive Bayes, and here is like default values for alpha and binaries. And here is fitting, and here is the score for train and test. Then make predicting for X test and predicting probability if you need it. Wow! So you can find that it contains everything you need and you can use it within a few seconds. And you know what? Actually, you can use more than model at the same time, at the same file. So here we applied Bernoulli, right? How about applying logistic regression and SVC and QDA? Can we apply these 4 at the same time? Yes, you can. Just make a copy, move it, remove it, and put it here. You will find here he imported naive Bayes, logistic regression, SVC, and quadratic discriminant analysis. And after he import data and scaling it and splitting it, you will find he wrote everything about Bernoulli, and he called it, you see this, like this comment, predicted value for Bernoulli model is something, so you know you will not be confused. And then logistic regression, everything about it, then SVC, and then QDA, and so on. And of course, it's your task to edit everything. It needs edit, you know, if you need to change parameters, if you need to change something, and so on. And you can see that all this model, it's handling X train, Y train, X test, Y test. So you have to make splitting before you make these models. I mean, for example, if you skip the step of splitting, for example, if you make breast cancer and then you hadn't make splitting and make classification here for SGD classifier, for example, take copy, put it here. You will find a big problem here, that here is X and Y is the data, right? But here it will handle X train and Y train. So you need to connect between them first. Either make it X and Y, or even call it here X train and Y train, and so on. Just as I told you, of course, I will not be able in this software to customize everything you need. So you need to know how to use it and so on. What I just said at classification, it will be same exactly at regression or unsupervised. So for example, at Boston housing, it's regression. let's say, okay, we need select k-best. Then we will make scaling, then splitting, then regression. At regression, you will find 10 models. Here at linear model, linear regression, SGD, lasso, and ridge. At ensemble, random forest, gradient boosting. At other, SVR, decision tree, neural network, and KNN. So let's say linear regression, ridge, gradient boosting, and SVR, ticket copy. Wow, you see in few seconds you make everything. So here he imported all needed libraries. Then here is the data. Here is the feature selection. Of course, you can edit with the number you need. Here is scaling, splitting, then linear regression, ridge regression, gradient boosting, SVR, and so on. And as I told you, you can just edit or delete anything you need here, here, and here. And at the same time, add. And the same way, it's unsupervised when you find 6 techniques, which is k-means, mini-batch k-mean, PCA, KNN, hierarchical clusters, and DB-scan. Okay, perfect. How about the last 2 steps, which is model selection, model check, and graph? Let's say we have here breast cancer here. We splitted it. We make Bernoulli and SVC, and then move to model check. Model check, you will find 3 techniques for regression and 12 techniques for classification, because you know classification it have more tools, and you know, and all of this stuff exists in scikit-learn in the module which is called metrics. So here you'd say you need to make confusion matrix, precision recall curve, AUC, and 0-1 laws. Make it copy, move here. So you'll find after he makes the data and split it and apply Bernoulli, then SVC, he will make confusion matrix, precision recall, and AUC, and 0-1 laws. But do not forget that he will make it to what? To Y predict and Y true. So he will take it from the last model you used. I mean, which is from SVC or something. So if you need to show all these metrics for several models, you need to make each one separately. Just don't forget it, to not confuse about it. Okay? And in the same way, you can find that there is cross-validation, cross-validate predict, and cross-validate score. And again, at grid search, randomized search, pipeline, when you use it, you will find it very easily for you. Let's have a quick example. Let's say we use Boston. We split it. Actually, if you will use pipeline exactly, or grid search or randomize, you don't have to import a specific model. Just go to pipeline, for example. Okay, copy, move it here, and start to edit it. After splitting, here he will tell you that at pipeline, for example, here is the steps. And here is like example, here is the models like linear regression, polynomial feature, and standard scalar. And make it in a specific dictionary and put it here, which is called steps here. So just you need to edit it to be suitable for your model here, and so, and it will be the same at grid search or randomized search. Last thing we need to talk about, which is graph. Actually, it's like an easy tool, so you just use it when you finish your model. You can use a style of graph here, from here. Let's just make a few examples here. Let's take wine data, split it, classify using LDA, then move to graph. Just use a style here, which okay, Seaborn paper, for example, and post here, it will be applied. Then here, do you need legend? Yes, I need. At where exactly the legend? Is it UL, which is upper left, or UC upper center, upper right, center right, lower left, lower center, lower, here is lower right and lower center, lower left and center left. Let's say, okay, it's upper right, just put it here. Do you have limits for the graph? Yes. What numbers here? Okay, apply. You will do what? Let's say you make histogram. How many histogram? Let's say 1, okay? Just put here histogram, okay, it's ready. Make copy, move it here. You will find after he load data and split it and apply the model, So here he makes the style here as you mentioned, and he will give figure and title and X label and Y label. You know, it will be like default numbers or default values, so you can change it later. You know, and here is selected data. It's like he take all rows and first feature and make histogram for selected data, and here is like bins and blah blah blah, and then pld.show. So actually, if you need to show something else, you just change here like extend here and so on. And of course, what is it changed here in Instagram, you can use it here, here, and here. Okay, that's everything about machine learning helper. Here is for code dictionary, projects, and code generator. I hope you find it useful. And as I told you, check regularly this link, which is here exactly. Because here at this link, which as I told you, at github.com/Hisham Asim/MLHelper, just you check this link regularly, because you'll find I might increase new tapes as a program, because you know until now I have nothing at NLP or TensorFlow or Keras so far, but maybe in the future I apply new things at the software itself, or I might increase the data. So far you have 19 projects, you know, the 17 plus these 2 projects which we just add, you know, but maybe it will be tens or hundreds of projects. So just visit the link and download the latest updates. I hope you find it useful. Any comments, just message me at LinkedIn or GitHub or Kaggle, and have a nice day and bye bye.